Hello friends, Metapod here, and it is time for another wonderful episode of Another Wonderful Life. Licensed by Nintendo. Not my serious fun. Marvelous Interactive Incorporated? Is that what it is? They've changed names. Yeah. Welcome! How are you doing? Today is the last day before Chapter 2, which means it is going to drag on and on and on because there is nothing to do today except for the regular old grind. Nothing exciting is going to happen. We ate all the sorrels yesterday, picked all the flowers. There is nothing to do today. So let's talk about the other games that I want to play. And you guys can choose which ones you think I should play next. I might go ahead and try starting Chorokyu, but I don't know if I'll stick with it. We'll see later tonight. Or I might just spend the night rendering all these videos so I can upload them all tomorrow. That sounds like a good idea. And then we can get to playing something else next time. But yeah, so there are three games that I was really thinking about, and I just kind of came up with the other one. So we'll say 4 games that I'm thinking about playing next. And that's Chorokyu, Celeste, Super Mario 64, and Unlimited Saga. And I think the most well-known of those is going to be Super Mario 64. I think almost everybody knows that game. It was the first game for the Nintendo 64. Well, I mean, one of the launch titles. What else were launch titles for Nintendo 64? I think Wave Race was one. Now I can't find Zelda. There she is. I don't remember, but I got one. Maybe even Mario Kart 64? Or did that come a little later? I don't know, but the launch of the Nintendo 64 was a big deal. And, you know, it was the first 3D Mario game. It's really fun. There are 100... Did I just accidentally try to feed that to her by hand? Yeah, you can show. I see. Whoops. And there are 120 power stars for you to collect in the game. I've played through the game tons of times. It's pretty fun. It's pretty entertaining to watch. I think everybody knows what Super Mario 64 is, so I don't really have to tell you much about it. Then Celeste is a rather new platformer game that is really pretty. It's really cool. It uses cool pixel art graphics, and it has a wide range of difficulty. The main story is pretty good difficulty, and then there are bonus stages and stuff that get really, really, really hard. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. And there's hidden strawberries everywhere to find. It's pretty cool. I've been watching a friend stream it. Quixotic Flux 888 on Twitch has been streaming it, along with doing speedruns of Super Mario Bros. 1 and Duke Nukem, which I have speedrunned both of those games before. I never actually finished a run of Super Mario because it's really hard. And what am I saying? Duke Nukem. I'm 5th on the leaderboard. I think there's 10 people on there, so I'm right in the middle. And he's probably gonna come squash my score soon and knock me down to 6th, and then I might have to play again. Try to get back up to 5th place again. But so that's Super Mario 64. Celeste. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Celeste. Celeste is a really cool platformer. I don't really know what the story's about because I haven't been paying attention to that on the stream, so I can like kind of discover it on my own. And there's all kinds of cool hidden stuff in the game, so I think that would be really fun to explore. Then we have Unlimited Saga. I have a few Unlimited Saga videos on here, but I don't think I have any with voice or anything. I just think I had some from back when I first got my capture card and was just doing random gameplay videos. But I really love that game. I'm really knowledgeable about the game. I have a fan site for that game, which is pretty comprehensive, and it's just one of my favorite games of all time. Probably my favorite game. It's definitely my favorite RPG of all time. It's hard to really pick a favorite game of all time because there's so many different kinds of games out there. But it's a cool Square Enix RPG that's in the style of a board game, and there are 7 different stories to play. And it's got a really unique and strategic battle system, and a lot of really unique game systems in general. It's really fun, and a lot of people don't like it, but it has really good music and really nice art, and a lot of people just don't like playing it, so it would be nice to watch because then you don't have to play it, and you can experience all the pretty art and beautiful music. Even if you don't like the game, and even if you don't want to watch the game, I really recommend going and finding the soundtrack and listening to it. You can find it on YouTube. Just search Unlimited Saga OST. And I promise you will not be disappointed. I guess I shouldn't promise that because anybody could be disappointed with anything. So I promise you will not be disappointed unless you have bad taste. But it is time to go to the dig. But it's my favorite soundtrack of all time. By far is a beautiful game. And then so that's the Limited Saga. Then the other game I'm thinking about playing is one that I might actually start today or tomorrow if I have time. Probably won't have time tonight unless because I'm gonna have way too many files on my computer if I try to do that. So we'll start it soon, and by tomorrow I mean you'll have already seen this episode long before I started it if I do start it tomorrow. But it is a car game. It's so hard to describe the Chorokyu HD series. I have Chorokyu HD 2, which is also called Road Trip. I have a Let's Play of that completed, so you can kind of check that out and see what it's like. This one is not exactly the same. The like overworld is like a top-down map and you drive around, and like it's not a big open world to explore like in HG2, but in HG4 the graphics are a bit nicer, and there's some various interesting things in there that make it different. HG2 is definitely the better game though, sorry, but I've already done all of HG2, so I want to do HG4. And HG3 is Japanese only, which I have that too, but I don't really feel like playing that right now. I think you can jump in that game. Anyway, you're a car, but instead of just being like you are a car, and the car is your character, and you drive around and you like talk to other cars, and like they're like cars live in buildings for some reason. Well, they're garages. And like there's like fire trucks and police cars and stuff, and those are the police and the firemen of the world, and like it's kind of like an RPG without fighting, and you like go around the world and like talk to people and do little quests and stuff like that. It's really hard to describe because it's such a unique game. And then of course you do races too. And the cars are like these super deformed little chibi cars. They're so cute. They're based on real cars in the real world, but I don't know anything about real cars in the real world, so I don't know what cars they actually are. But they're really cute, like squished up version of cars. And overall, it's just a really cute series, really fun. The racing is kind of slow, but it's not just about the racing. It's about the whole world and experiences. I mean, there's a story and everything. Not much of a story, but there is. And I remember in Chorokyu HD4, one of my favorite parts of the game is that there's like this gang of bad girl cars, and you can actually join the gang, but they have like this initiation process, and you have to like drive into a haunted mansion and drive around, and there are zombie cars, and the zombie cars are like rusty old cars with the parts falling off and stuff. And if they touch you, you like die or something. You don't die, but you like, if you get hit by them, they like knock you back out to the beginning or something. I don't remember, but you have to avoid the zombie cars and find like some item or something, and when you bring the item out, you can join the gang. It is so weird, but it is a super fun game. Not nearly as fun as HG2, but I'd say on par with HG3. And yeah, it's a series called Chorokyu HG. There's HG 1, 2, 3, 4, and but HG1 was kind of just like an arcade racer game. It didn't have all this like story and exploration and stuff that the other ones do. And then HG2 was like really open world. HG3 was more like a bunch of different hub worlds connected together, and then HG4 is just kind of like one big hub world. There's like 2 separate towns I think you can drive between, but it's more like just one big overworld hub. But they're all talking cars and side quests and racing. And HG2 came out in English as Road Trip. HG3 was Japan only, and HG4 was called Chorokyu, and published by Atlas. And I think HG1 might have actually come out in English. I don't know. But if it did, I don't even know what it's called or anything. I've never played it. Maybe I should play that sometime. But it's just arcade racing, and the racing is not that amazing in Chorokyu games. So I don't know if I'd really be into it. Though I did play a Chorokyu game on the GameCube. I think it was on GameCube. Which was called like Road Trip Arcade or Road Trip World Tour or something, like road trip something. And that was a localization of a Chorokyu game that was just racing, and it was pretty fun. Not the best game ever, but it was fun enough. It's certainly not like a Mario Kart or something like that, you know, for a cute casual racing game. He jumped so high. To coin. So those are the 4 games I want to play, or that I'm thinking the most about playing, and I'm willing to hear suggestions of other games you guys think I should play. I am always willing to play like short games, or do like just like a little trial of a game to see how I like it, and do it as a string shot one shot. I've done tons of those before. It's been a long time since I've done one. So if you have a game you just want me to try out or look at, or a game that's really short, where I could pretty much just make a single video about it, hey, it's Lizard Dude, then feel free to recommend those 2. I will check them out. I've pretty much done everything that was recommended to me before, so go right on ahead and recommend me some stuff. You know, by short games, I mean like 1 or 2 hours long. Or if something I can try out, like something that's like a score attack game, or something where it's not like doesn't have a set length with a beginning and end, you know, then I can try that out. It has to be something I can get on my PC, and it has to be something that has low enough requirements that I can run on my crappy old laptop. This laptop is like 10 years old, and it wasn't made for gaming, so it's not the best thing out there for playing games on. But, you know, stuff like little indie games Visual novels are good. I can read through those. We're getting nibbles. Here we go. And it's a hiccup. Okay, and I just noticed Smokomoku or Mukumuku. I don't know what its name is. I think it's Mukumuku, but he's running around over here. And see, he looks at us now. It's kind of hard to tell, but he is turning his head. And so out of those 4 games, if there's one you guys want to see, let me know of that. If there's another game you think I'd like to play, let me know that. Even longer games, you know, I can always look into them. Can't promise it'll be the next thing I play, but I will definitely put it on my radar. And, you know, but if it ends up being something that looks really interesting or something, it could be the next thing I play, which I'm going to start up to do alongside Another Wonderful Life, because this game is really, really long and really, really repetitive. And I really need something in there to break up that tedium. Come on, nibbles. Let's get some nibbles. So I managed to actually talk about all the 4 games for the entire day, which made this day go a lot faster than yesterday. Yesterday felt like it was never going to end. Got nibbles. Come on. You can do it. Bite, big guy. There we go. Smash, 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 smash. A huge Nyamame. And if I ever got a capture card again, which, hey, if anybody wants to donate one. No, I'm just kidding. But, if I ever got a capture card again, I would definitely try doing other things like, I would record some Pokemon stuff, Saga Scarlet Grace. It would open up a whole new world of stuff I could do. If I still lived with my brother, we could do some Smash Brothers or Mario Party or something. I have nobody to play with now, so not all that fun. It would be more fun to stream and play with viewers. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not very good at it, though. I really want to get Mario Kart 8. I doubt I'll ever be able to afford it, though. Pokemon was the last game I was going to be able to afford for a long time. It'll be a while before I have extra money. A long, long while. So maybe the next time I get a YouTube payment, I'll get a game, which I kind of want to get Animal Crossing. But I also want to save up my money so that I can pay for my website hosting next year, which isn't till around the end of the year, but still. I pretty much am never going to have extra money, so I need to save it when I can get it. And I do get a little bit of money from my family for Christmas, and I just realized it's really freaking late. And I spent so much time talking that we're actually behind getting into Chapter 2. Behind. But at least it'll make this video more interesting to watch than the last one. And there we go. It's the end of the day. I got an hour before I have to eat and take my medicine, so I have plenty of time to play the first day of Chapter 2. I am excited to have a baby. I think I'm going to name him Leonard. I'll explain it next video because I need things to talk about them. But thank you everyone for watching this far, and get hype. Chapter 2.